All right, today we are breaking down well, let's call it a unique money-making method that's been floating around the internet. Seriously, you're going to want to hear this one. Let's get into this masterclass in street-level hustling. So it all kicks off with a question I think we've all asked ourselves, right? Are you just done with the daily grind? Are you bored of hearing about the same old side hustles? Well, the person behind today's explainer has a solution that is, let's just say, way, way outside the box. And look, this isn't just some casual suggestion. Oh no, this is delivered with the kind of confidence you see from a mastermind in a heist movie. This is the big promise, the hook that sets the stage for everything else. So you got to be asking, how in the world does this work? Okay, so the whole thing is actually laid out in four surprisingly methodical phases. First, you prepare the bait, then you select the location, after that you deploy your assistants, and finally you execute the pitch. Let's break down this beautifully chaotic plan one step at a time. First things first, preparing the bait. Like any great operation, it all starts with the prep work. This is where you get all your key assets together for the mission ahead. The plan starts off simple enough, almost deceptively simple. All you need is some bread. Seems pretty innocent, doesn't it? Just a nice person going out to feed the birds. But yeah, of course there's a catch. And here we go. This is the $1,000,000, or I guess in this case, the $25 question. How do you take a regular flock of city pigeons and turn them into a reliable, money-making crew? Well, you have to give them a very specific and very urgent kind of motivation. And there it is, the secret ingredient. This is the exact moment the plan turns from just kind of quirky to absolutely unhinged. It's so wild, it's almost genius. The whole point isn't just feeding pigeons. It's about weaponizing their, digestive systems. And how do you do it? Well, it's shockingly straightforward. No complicated science project here. You just mix the laxative right into the bread. And just like that, your bait is armed and ready. So now that you've got your ammunition, where do you take it? Okay, let's get into the next part of this operation. This is where you combine two critical steps, finding your location or casing the joint, and then deploying your team. This is where the strategy meets the street. It's go time. The game plan is pretty simple. First, you need what they call a target-rich environment. A busy parking lot, filled with lots of nice, clean cars. That's your stage. Then you move on to step 3. You release your operatives, or as the creator of this plan calls them, your assistants. And the pigeons, totally clueless about their part in this whole scheme, just happily start eating the bread. And this right here is the passive genius of the whole thing. Your active role, it's done, for now. You've set all the pieces in motion. All you have to do is find a good hiding spot and wait. You wait for nature to take its inevitable, messy course and for the, quote, art to be made all over those poor, unsuspecting cars. Which brings us to the grand finale, the moment it all pays off. Step 4, the pitch. How do you actually turn this beautiful disaster you've created into cold, hard cash? Okay, now look at this, because this is where the sheer psychological brilliance of the plan shines through. I mean, you could just hold up a sign that says $25 car cleaning. And yeah, you might get a few customers. But the masterstroke, the little twist that makes it all work, is adding one single word, urgent. All of a sudden, you're not just some person with a bucket and a sponge. No, you are a first responder to a very specific, very fresh, and very public crisis. You're selling the solution to a problem people didn't even know they had 5 minutes ago. So, what's the endgame here? After all the scheming, the baiting, the waiting, what is the ultimate promise of this whole pigeon-powered side hustle? It really all comes down to the return on a very, very tiny investment. Every single desperate car owner who takes you up on your incredibly well-timed offer nets you $25. You can start to see how, with a full parking lot and a, let's say, motivated flock of assistants, one loaf of bread could actually turn into a pretty good payday. And that leads us right to the creator's grand conclusion, the final triumphant declaration. With a steady supply of pigeons, parking lots, and that secret ingredient, the potential is, according to this plan, unlimited. Boom! So there you have it, the complete 4-step guide to the laxative pigeon side hustle. Is it a diabolical, foolproof plan for financial freedom, one built on manufactured chaos and perfect timing? Or is it just a hilarious, completely unhinged flight of fancy? I think I'll let you be the judge of that one.